Thanks for joining me for another episode of Astrology Weekly. If you're new here, my name is Natalie Daje. I traded an almost 20-year career in the field of mental health and psychology to teach you everything I know about astrology and the occult. On this episode, we're talking about what to expect the week of December 3rd, 2023 in the world of astrology. First, let's go over our placement. So we have the sun in Sagittarius. This is currently Sagittarius season, so all the Sagittarians are having their birthday celebrations. We also have the moon in Leo currently, which is disseminating. We have Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in the sign of Libra, Mars in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Taurus. We're continuing to have Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, as well as Pisces at our Saturn, and Uranus in Taurus, also retrograde. Neptune in Pisces, also retrograde, and Pluto in Capricorn. As far as our North Node, it is still in the sign of Aries, and our Lilith is still in the sign of Virgo, and our Chiron is still in the sign of Aries. If you have your North Node in Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, or Libra, this should be an optimal time for you to really revisit parts of your life where you dropped the ball on yourself and did not make decisions that were in your best interest, and learn from those scenarios so that you can devise a new plan to be able to move forward. This is really a powerful opportunity for cardinal zodiac signs, again, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer, to really do some deep self-analysis. A lot of shadow work would be very helpful for you guys right now, because when Pluto moves into Aquarius at the beginning of the year, we're going to be experiencing a lot of transitions, and some of the issues that the three of you have had with, how to balance out your leadership, how to balance out your sense of power and autonomy, how to be, somebody that is dependable and somebody that is a good role model for others, and how to speak up without being a bully, and how to own your power without being a tyrant. For many of you, this balance of power has been a struggle. How do I do love without giving away all of my power? Or how do I do love without feeling the need to dominate and control and manipulate others? So that balance, if you haven't achieved it yet, which is what all cardinal signs are here to do, by the way, because you guys are leaders. To be an effective leader, you have to know how to yield your power. When you yield it without any sense of compassion, it leads to problems. With the sun in Sagittarius and the moon currently in the sign of Leo, you should be experiencing a little bit more light. You should be feeling more upbeat. You should be feeling a little bit more outgoing than you've been feeling when we're going through this dark Scorpio season. There should be a lot more enthusiasm about life, a lot more desire to experience joy, passion, and to really go after the things that bring us satisfaction, the things that make us feel alive. Moon in Leo is all passion. It's all about going with your gut, boldly going for the things you believe in, and just making sure that your priority is your business, and that you're committed to attending to it, and that you're using each and every skill that God has given you to manifest joy, abundance, creativity, and childlike hope and aspirations about your life. Sun in Sagittarius, much like its sister sign, Leo, is also fiery. And fire signs are nothing if not all about living life to the fullest. Fire signs love to have fun. So having the sun in Sagittarius should bring you more fun, more energy, more optimism, more desires to do things, to want to travel, to try things you've never tried before, to go on new adventures. Basically, to infuse your life with opportunities to experience more excitement, more joy, more fun, and just more levity in general. Sagittarius is also a deeply spiritual zodiac sign in the sense that Sagittarian energy is all about connecting with the world. It's about making a global connection, making a global impact, and wanting to understand, divinity through the eyes of another. So during this time, you're going to feel yourself wanting to actually be more social, to talk to more people, to meet more people, to be in places where you've never been so you can hear new stories, get an opportunity to experience newness in general. With our Mercury in Capricorn, what we're experiencing is this kind of like sobering shot at the same time. I don't know about you, but I've been feeling a lot more sober in my thinking, with the Capricorn Mercury, because what Capricorn Mercury brings about is a lot of practicality. As you know, Capricorn is an earth sign, so Capricorn is very grounded when it comes to anything that Capricorn does. There's a method to the madness, and there's a structure to the madness, and everything is deeply organized. So our conversations around these times are going to be factual, they're going to be grounded, they're going to be pragmatic, and they're going to be purposeful. Capricorn is a very focused and conscious zodiac sign. So when they communicate, it's not about shooting the shit. It's not even about having a good time, as it is about being useful and making sure that what's getting across is valuable and is something that makes their lives better, as well as the lives of the community members, because Capricorn is a community organizer. Our communication style is going to be basically divorced from any kind of fluff, any kind of exaggeration, any kind of fantasy, because Capricorn is all about what is black and white and what is the truth and what can I count and what can I measure. Capricorn, as a seer of the zodiac, is very much so concerned with the logistics, the nuts and bolts, the details, and they're not moved by glamorous, flowy pictures of a future. They like to know the specific steps that need to be taken towards our goals. So for those of you that manifest with your Mars sign at the air, so if you have a Mars in Gemini, if you have a Mars in Libra, if you have a Mars in Aquarius, now's the time for you to speak to yourself what you want to accomplish with your life, what kind of dreams you have for yourself, and also spell out for yourself the steps that are needed to be able to get you there. Because most of you manifest with communication, and Capricorn is one of the very best, I would argue the very best zodiac sign, with being able to take a big picture and simplify it into something concrete, manageable, palatable, kind of like step 1, 2, 3 that you can follow to get to your goal. The reason why Capricorn is, known as the GOAT in astrology is because they overcome every obstacle. And they do that because they work hard, and they work hard with a plan, with a strategy. So for those of you guys that manifest with the air element, this is a sobering time to come up with a practical list to divide a protocol, a strategy, a game plan that you can follow that won't make you feel too caged in, that will get you to your success. If there's one thing Capricorn always does, is get to their success. Venus is still in the sign of Libra, and Mars is currently in Sagittarius. So if you manifest with fire, and that will be if you have a Mars in Sagittarius, in Leo, and Aries, this is a time for you to be aware. You should be having some crystal clear realizations about the ways in which you are standing in the way of your own success. That should be happening for you right now. You should be getting some new awareness regarding, the ways in which you behave in the world that get in the way of you being your own success story. You guys are very good at crushing things down and burning things through. This is an optimal time to recognize what it is that you need to burn if you truly want to live this dream that you are, creating in your mind. If you're trying to make this manifestation that's in your mind come out here, you should be getting some downloads right now about what are you doing wrong and what do you need to stop doing specifically so you can make that happen. As a reminder, the full moon is not a time when we manifest in terms of setting new goals and creating and taking action towards new tasks. It's a time when we get organized. It's a time when our awareness is heightened, when we have access to information we wouldn't otherwise have, when we get to rebirth ourselves. And it's a time for us to basically have a new understanding of ourselves and our world, okay? So there may be this urge to take action because we're currently in the quarter of the moon, which brings about crisis generally. It makes us anxious. It makes us feel like we're not doing enough. It makes us feel like we're not where we want to be because now we've discovered all these things about ourselves that we hate, that we know are not conducive to our success, and we just want to do away with it overnight. I just want to encourage you to ground yourself, center yourself in these truths, let them marinate in your heart, your mind, and your soul, and allow yourself the right rhythm, the right time to be able to actually take action. And when we take action is under a new moon, because that is when we set new intentions for progress that we want to see in our lives so we can make our dreams come true. So how are you feeling this week? How are things going so far? Leave your comments in the box below. Thanks for watching. Au revoir.